Hi everyone, and welcome to my finally updated Photon Galaxy deck profile. I sincerely apologize for having waited so long to update it, but if you are an avid deck builder like me, and that is your primary fun and source of fun in this game, I know, not even playing the deck, but actually just building it, then you'll understand that I've iterated on this build dozens and dozens of times. And every time I've gotten it to a point of I'm like, finally gonna update that profile on YouTube. And then I find something else that's really cool, and I'm like, well, I could just change it to that and see if it's better. And then it is better. And then I'm like, well, now I have to get this one max rarity, this version max rarity, so that the profile looks the best. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, the way that my mind circles around. But you know what? We're here now, and let's go ahead and blaze through this. But I'm gonna be completely honest. There's nothing about this that's going to look like literally any other Photon Galaxy deck profile, and that's not me pretending to be like, oh, I'm not like other deck builders. No, it just is different. It is built different. So here we go. There's only 2 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. You don't need to play 3. You got a million ways to search this card, and I'm going to be honest, it's kind of just a brick. 2 Chaos Dragon Levianeer. This is now your best secondary play in terms of follow-up, as well as getting additional negations out turn 1. It's better than Galaxy Knight, which has been reduced from 2 copies to 1, because your normal summon has been relegated to Neos Connector, which is far and away better than just an extender that needs stuff on the field to already be to even be able to do anything. Excuse me. All right, here we go. 3 Galaxy Soldier. Of course, Soldier has been pretty much relegated to just being Link fodder. I'm not going to lie to you. You'll see the extra deck, you'll be shocked, and you'll be like, why? And then I'll show you the rest, and you'll be like, oh. So 3 Photon Orbital, of course. The cards that are going to be doing the primary searching are going to be the ones that you want to max out of. And the ones that are going to be enablers for those cards, because guess what? Photon Galaxy doesn't have any starter cards. Photon Orbital needs a card to be able to equip to. Galaxy Soldier needs a light monster in hand to be able to send to the grave. Photon Vanisher, speaking of, needs a monster on the field to be able to summon itself. There's no starter in this deck. All of the extenders are fantastic, yes, but they need stuff to be able to work. So because of that, we're playing the 3 Thrasher, which in addition to your new normal summon, Neos Connector, allows you to play through hand traps, enable your Orbital and your Vanisher to be live, as well as provide that necessary 3rd material on board during your main combo to be able to finish off. And then obviously the Aqua Dolphin, because we like to look at our opponent's hand and tell them no. For the engine, we have 3 Infernoble Knight Renaud. Renaud is literally just fuel. Playing 3 means that, honestly, you could get away with playing 2, and I did for a very long time. What ended up happening because of that is I would draw it, and then it was just dead in hand unless I could already get my combo going. If you look at all 3 of these, to make the combo work, you have to have only 1 in the deck. If you draw 1, you can send a different equip spell to be able to search instead of Durandal. So there's a lot of different routes you can take because you play 3 Renaud. It's never nice to see multiples of this card. I'm not going to lie to you, but it allows you to do a lot more by playing 3 instead of just 2. And your hands don't suck as much. The 1 Fireflint Lady, because you want to search something off of Durandal, and if you do open up 1, and you can go into the combo with it still in your hand, then you can just go full combo at that point. You don't actually need anything else to help you. For the rest of the bricks... This all will make sense. Cube for Hulk. Catch Eve level 2. A card you'll never ever see in another deck profile ever is searchable from Cupid Pitch. And that is the only reason we are playing it. It's also a free summon. It's fantastic for Small World too, I'm not going to lie. If you don't need it, you can banish this from the deck and get pretty much any light monster off of any light monster. That's really sick. And then Scythe, of course, because I'm not going to lie, the way that I use Scythe in this deck is kind of stupid. So let's go ahead and clear up all the monsters. That was it. I believe it's something like 28, 29 monsters. Extremely heavy, but again, you do need those enabler cards like Thrasher, Soldier, Brave to be able to use your other cards like Vanisher, Orbital, and the likes. To help those plays go through, we have one Called by the Grave. Why? Because it's at 1, and that makes me cry. 1 Reinforcement of the Army. 3 copies of the new best card in the deck. 3 copies of the old best card in the deck. And then your equip spells, 2/0, because this card is really dumb. And then the Durandal for the combo, and Living Fosso also for the combo. You search this with Violon Cube, but homie, if you already drew it or this, you can search Galaxy Zero. That's so good. Do you know how good this is? This card is dumb. This card is so dumb. This card says, hey, if you don't break my board, I'm popping 3 cards and I'm dishing out 9,000 damage. Without any additional resources committed to board. No normal summon, no nothing. Dog, do you know how good that is? You know? Do you know? Do you? All right, extra deck. That should be, I think, 41, maybe 42 cards. I think I added the Fireflint Lady in there. That might have thrown it off a card or two. To be perfectly honest, this is one of those decks you can get away with, like the 50 card list, because so many of the cards are just really good. And you could just keep adding in good cards that flesh that out. So, anyway, for the links, we play 2 Isolde, because getting stopped on your first turn and then not being able to do anything on your second turn sucks. And likewise, doing everything on your first turn and then not being able to do anything on your second turn sucks. Just do stuff on all your turns, man. Do something. So we have the 2 Isolde. We have the 1 Hulk, the 1 Dagada, Digga, and then new additions. Actually, these are all new additions. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Is Nightmare Phoenix, because I hate back row, and then Access Code Talker, because I hate back row, and all the cards that you have on your side of the field. I hate all of them. I'm getting rid of all of them. Thank you. So fire, light, water, very good. That was also another reason to play Phoenix, is because it's nice to be able to have those additional pops with access code, but also the deck does not have main deck answers to Mystic Mine, so, best of luck with that. But you can play Galaxy Cyclone, but you're not bad at the game, so don't do that. There's better options. Just because you can search it doesn't mean it's good. It is a good card, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Galaxy Cyclone is very good. I play it in the side deck. You play 1 in the side deck, because Photon Lord will search it. So, Cupid Pitch. Here we go. Cupid Pitch. Very fun card. There's nothing wrong with this card at all. This card's going to get banned so fast, bro. I can't even lie to you. I can't sit here and make a straight face about it. Here are your synchros. The combo will utilize all of them. So what's nice is the TG Wonder Magician is going to do exactly what you think it does. And I am going to tribute Hulk on your turn. I am going to summon it and target the Scythe that I set. If you don't have a response, that Scythe's triggering. What's that? You want to activate Forbidden Chalice or Droplet, and you didn't pitch a monster, to negate my Scythe? Homie, do you know what I just summoned? TG Wonder Magician has a quick effect that will synchro it off in response to its own chain. So you just go, activate Scythe effect? Yeah, I'm just going to Chalice that. I'm going to do something to negate that. Okay, Chain Wonder Magician, synchro it off, summon Baroness. You're locked out the extra deck. I have an additional negate. You don't do anything. I'm going to pop a card on your turn. All right, cool. Let's go into game 3. So that's pretty strong. I'm not going to lie, that's pretty strong. Yeah, very nice, very nice. This is where I'm going to lose a lot of people. 2 Photon Lord, 2 Cypher Blade, absolutely necessary, and the Zeus. Okay, and everyone's going to understand Zeus. Zeus is just a good card. I was playing Photon Lord and Galaxy Harbinger instead, because Harbinger is just a good card, right? Why not play it? Here's why I'm not playing it. This deck is so consistent with being able to at least get out Borreload Savage Dragon that I have pretty much used Savage Dragon exclusively for my spell and trap negations, as well as Baron. Baroness. I'm just going to keep calling her Baroness. Galaxy Harbinger is not a Galaxy Eyes monster. Meaning if you get stopped summoning this dude, this is gone. It's just never going to come up. Because you didn't summon him properly, like they negate the summon or something, then you won't be able to Galaxy Zero him back, and that is usually also going to be just completely out of the game. Don't do that to yourself. I've decided to play 2 now because it is okay to just go into this turn 2. Even though it's only 2,500 attack, you have other cards like Prime Photon Dragon, you have Tachyon Lord, or Tachyon, not Transmigration, excuse me. Yeah, Tachyon Dragon, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. You have a lot of good go second cards, but when I looked at the Galaxy Eyes monsters, and specifically Galaxy Eyes monsters, the only good one for going second even would actually be this. And not for OTK, but just in general. It has, if you have a Photon material on it, protection from destruction, which is already fantastic. If you want to, you can equip Photon Orbital from hand to it, make it 3k, undestructible by battle, and then you can ram with it and go into Zeus. If you want to, you can just summon it. If they don't have a response, then you can just go straight into Cypher Blade. And then you can pop a card. So Cypher Blade is your pseudo go second card with this. But it's just good to have your second backup play. It's the same idea of Isolde. It means you can't play things like Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, which is another fantastic way to go into Zeus, because you can just have an unaffected 2800 body, detach 1, attack, and you have 2 materials, or you'll have 2 materials under it with Zeus, and then you summon Zeus, they don't have anything, wipe the board. That's nice. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand's not a Galaxy Eyes card. If that plan falls through, or if you do anything else, you're just not going to have access to like 3 or 4 other cards in your extra deck. So, for that reason, 2 Photon Lord. That was a bit of an over-explanation, but it's the first time I've had to really explain it after my decision to do it, so forgive me for being a little wordy. Rather over-explain than under-explain, and you'd be frustrated with not knowing why, right? That is that. I will go over a few different side deck options here and my choices for them. Keep in mind, my side deck, your side deck is going to look totally different, and it's going to look different for pretty much everybody. But this is a rule of thumb. These are cards that I like in my side deck. So, starting off, my third one is in my other deck, as well as the Dark Ruler No Mores. Yes, the Dark Ruler No Mores are also in my other deck. So, 3 of these, 3 Dark Ruler No More, the Harpy's Feather Duster, Galaxy Cyclone, 1 Lightning Storm, because I got it when it was 50, and then it somehow went up to $80 or some crap. 1 Red Reboot, 2 Denko Sekka, important because you can search it very easily with Small World. This is also 2 Nibiru, also searchable with Small World, and 2 Lancia, also searchable with Small World. Fun fact, having Nibiru in the deck makes literally any monster search any monster. It's the perfect pivot. It is. It just is. So this card was so close to being searchable with Cupid Pitch, by the way. It's just that it's not level 8 or lower. Picture. I want you to think. I want you to really think about that for a second. This was almost searchable with Cupid Pitch if they didn't have the level 8 or lower restriction. None of this lines up with pretty much anything else in the deck except for the 3000 attack and the light attribute. So it's really good for being able to like search anything, banish this from the deck, and search anything. It's just fun that way, including Levianeer, because this shares the 3000 attack with Levianeer. Another really great option for going straight into the side deck is, let me see if I have it here. I don't have it out, but Tachyon Transmigration is a fantastic side deck option for Galaxy Photon when you want to go first. This card it negates the entire chain, first of all. It does require you to have a Galaxy Eyes monster, but if you're playing a Soul Flare version, or if you're just rank 8 spam heavy with your deck variant, this is an absolute must, either in the main deck or the side deck. Because my combos don't primarily go into Galaxy Eyes, I've opted out of keeping it from my side deck, but do not underestimate this card. 1, it is protection against Forbidden Droplet and Dark Ruler No More. 2, it negates the chain and shuffles monsters or cards that were negated on the field into the deck. That is a non-targeting, non-destruction removal that will not trigger activated effects, even things like is it Mass Hero Acid? Elemental Hero, the one that when it's removed from the field destroys the board. Forgive me for forgetting it for a moment. So it works around a lot of things, and it is absolutely worth mentioning for any deck profile out there for Galaxy Eyes Photon. But that brings it to our conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sitting through this. I am going to now go into the YGO EDO Pro and give you guys a broad look at the deck and explain some of the choices. So in the first few replays here, again, I'm just trying to show off the raw power of the deck in the core combos, so I'm not actually playing against anybody, but you can see here you just use 2 warriors, go to Isolde, dump for the Renaud, and then either grab the Durandal and search the other, to summon it as a tuner to make Halk, or you can search another equip spell if you already have the Renaud in hand. Here you're going to synchro off into Cupid with the cube and the other level 1 Renaud, enabling the cube to be able to search the fossil, and then summon back a level 1 to make the now level 7 Cupid Pitch and the Renaud into Boral. Then you can pretty much see how everything else just plays off of its own chains and blocks the Scythe from any sort of potential negation. This is pretty much the most basic bare bones version you can see here. There I opened up the Banish so you can see what I did for the small world. This is pretty much just going to play out the same way, but it gives you a better idea of how the hand can play into this combo. It's not too fancy in terms of what kind of advantage it will make in your hand if you don't already have other cards. Like, the other 2 or 3 cards that you have in hand outside of this combo aren't really going to be able to do anything in addition to this combo. They'll just kind of be able to do their own things. But that's good with Photon and Galaxy, because Soldier allows you to be able to search things like Knight and get a normal summon. Having the extra monster from Vanisher or Brave, or even just Soldier on the field, allows you to make the artifact Dagda. So it's non-specific for the full combo, the 3rd monster, aside from the 2 warriors to make Isolde. But for everything else, you'll see that there are some specific cards. Here you can actually see Caligo Clawcrow is the monster of choice for Cupid Pitch that I had. Because I was originally trying to do some fun stuff with the Simorgh Bird, Link 3, that you will actually see in another replay that I have coming up here. So this is just kind of going into the extent of what other negations you can bring out alongside the core extra deck lock, Baroness, and Savage Dragon. I think now you'll see there are some other tech choices that I'm playing. So this plays out very much the same. In addition to the sand, though, you see I have Levianeer in hand, and that's going to represent, alongside everything else, an additional rank 8. Just kidding. Oh, never mind. I dumped the Photon Dragon. Yeah, that would have been ridiculous. I wouldn't know what I would be doing. So here you can make Photon Lord, and see, this is just overkill at this point, which is another reason I took Harbinger out. It would have been way better to just keep the Levianeer in hand for backup plays on turn 2, either to pop cards or to just make additional plays without committing to a normal summon. But you can see here, this board's total overkill. You were fine with just the 3 negations and extra deck lock. If they can play around that, they can play around the extra negation with Harbinger. So it's just best to hold on to it. Alrighty, so this one also playing out very similar to the last one, with Levianeer representing an additional negation. We have Trade In, which I imagine I'm going to dump Brave in. Yep, there goes that. I drew the Triple Tech Talent. Another fantastic card that you can play if you want to. Alright, so here I am actually playing the Chronominally Vimana. Vimana is a fantastic replacement for Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's a 2600 defense. It doesn't lose attack like Cyber Dragon normally does when you make it with Soldier. It would go from 27 to 25. It negates monster effects exclusively, but that's really good if you can make it early and have that protection against Nibiru or just hand traps in general. Normally, though, they would Ash the Soldier anyway. But that's usually only... rank 5 plays like that are only accessible when you're playing things like Galaxy Expedition or Instant Fusion or Ready Fusion, even. You can do fun things with Ready Fusion in this deck. Fun fact. You play the Giltia, the Light Warrior, And you can make Pleiades with that. You can make Vimana with that. You can make Isolde with that. The thing about it, though, is that it takes a spot in the extra deck, and you have to pay 1,000 life points for it, which this deck, if you haven't noticed already, has a built-in win-in-time mechanic via the Keep a Pitch, burning for 800. So you don't want to completely nullify that and tighten up the extra deck space anymore. But it's a nice mention. So here I think we're getting into some more, Galaxy Serpent. So this is how I wanted to play the deck, is with Galaxy Serpent, because when you normal summon Neospace Connector, or Neos Connector, whatever you want to call him, he pretty much normal summoning it is going to get you to your combo, but you're telling yourself, all right, I'm kind of opting out of being able to use things like Photon Vanisher and Orbital, because now I have no way of summoning Thrasher or getting, unless I have Galaxy Brave or Soldier, another card onto the field to be able to get that. But if you can get Galaxy Serpent out of the deck with Halki Fibrax, then you have a Galaxy monster in the field. Orbital can equip to that. Vanisher can summon itself. It's really nice to be able to have those as an option. It's just that combo was a little bit more card heavy. I think it was like a 3-card combo always, and it just didn't play as smoothly as the other variant. This version right here, I want to show you, doesn't work right there. That's why. It completely fills your board, meaning you have no option to be able to get out a negation ahead of time for Nibiru, like Photon Lord or Vimana. And also, you just can't put out anything else on the board at all. It's exclusively a 2-card combo or a 1-card combo, making it very powerful, but very tight in terms of what you're actually able to do. And there you can see we have 5 cards left in the extra deck. Anyway, that pretty much does it for all of those recordings. I appreciate you all so very much for watching this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. Feel free to like, favorite, subscribe, do anything you want to do with this video. I made it. It's out here. You watched it. I appreciate you. Take care.